Hello gays and non-gays. My name is Dora Kimsley. Yes, like Dora Kimsley from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, just not a woman and a little bit darker. And today, our lovely director Yoshi-P put out a statement about the potential congestion that is going to take place during the first few weeks of the Dawntrail expansion. And since I know some of your attention span is very low, I will be summarizing all the important things in this video. Before we talk about this stuff, make sure you follow me on Twitter, which will be linked below. Also, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel as well to get all the juicy scoops surrounding Final Fantasy. Okay, it's time to dive in. The first topic that needs to be addressed is how the login queue works. First, when a world reaches the max number of players that it can allow on the server, you will be put in a queue. Example being when you log in and there are 20 people in front of you because people AFK in Limsa instead of doing content. Anyway, where a new expansion is concerned, this number can be in the hundreds, even the thousands. So even if the queue looks like it isn't moving, it actually is. Don't be an impatient loser and cancel your spot in line, or you will be put in the back of the line. Next, Yoshi-P said that players that are paying for a subscription will get priority for login queue. Meaning, if you are on the free trial, which allows you to play up to the critically acclaimed expansion, Stormblood, which has a level cap of 70, you will have to wait a little longer than people like me. So what can you do to make the most of your time in queue?
I can't.
For one, you could go outside and get a life. Just kidding. The first thing you can do is consider swapping worlds. Yoshi-P and his people have added a bunch of new worlds to the Dynamis data center, where nobody is. If you can muster the strength to be away from your FC or your e-girl for a bit, then consider hopping over there in the meanwhile. They actually made it so easy for you to do so from the character selection screen. All you do is right-click your character's name, or press square for you controller heathens, like myself, and you can either visit another world server or visit another data center. Most people will choose the latter option, as you can choose to go to nowhere, USA I mean Dynamis. As for data center travel, Ether, Primal, and Crystal will not be an accessible data center to go to while congestion is at its peak. Hopefully that will fix the PF issues where everyone goes back to their worlds and raid there, but it won't. Regardless, Dynamis will be the only data center in NA that you can travel to. But, be warned. If it is anything like last expansion, it will be hell trying to get your character back to their home world, but you will have that option if you want. Japanese players and EU players, as well as NA players, can still travel to the Oceanian data centers normally. One thing to mention, for the PlayStation girlies that are going to play, you may deal with longer load times when swapping instances or teleporting around because of how high traffic will be. Also, if you are AFK for longer than 30 minutes, you will get kicked. So be considerate and let others play if you are currently not playing. Last but not least, if you plan on making a new toon or have friends that want to join, too bad. You will not be able to make a new character on worlds that have major congestion. Which makes sense, because why would you make a new character when there is already so many people already logged in? And perhaps the most important message of all. Error 2002 and friends. If you get this error code, then that means that there was an error while waiting in line for the queue. The good thing about this is that if you get disconnected, your spot is held for about a minute, so get back fast. Another code you might encounter is error code 9002 or 9006, which means you have shit internet and need to invest in something better. Just kidding. Well, it is true, because this one means that there was an error with your internet, and Yoshi-P recommends that you use a wired internet connection over wireless to ensure you have the fastest internet speeds. There are other things that were addressed, such as taking measures to prevent server crashes, such as preventing you from moving to a new area, wait times for instanced content, as well as bringing back instanced areas for the new areas. The link to this will be in the description below if you want to read it all. Well, that's all I have for you today. Remember besties, Dawntrail Early Access is in 10 days. If you have not already, please go watch my YouTube video where I talk about some of the main things you should be doing, especially if you plan on playing one of the new jobs. As always, thank you for listening, and thank me for speaking. Good luck with the login queue, and enjoy Dawntrail.
You should just fucking throw yourself off a balcony.
I agree with that.
You should just fucking throw yourself off a balcony.